Creations by Courtney here with a tutorial. Today we're going to cover the basics of Tunisian crochet. So I asked my crochet besties that are on my newsletter and my Facebook community, and they came back with some great questions for those that are new to Tunisian crochet. So we're going to cover the foundation chain, the foundation row with the forward pass, the return pass, the end stitch, and how to bind off. All you need is a solid colored yarn, nothing too dark, okay, and a large hook. And by large, I mean if you grab worsted weight, you may use a 5.5 millimeter. I would say go up to a 6.5 or even larger. Grab your yarn and your hook and let's get started.
All right, we have our hook and we have our yarn. I'm using a 6.5 millimeter or a US size K with worsted weight yarn. So we'll start by making a slip stitch. Use whatever method you prefer. Put your loop on the hook and we're just going to chain 6. No one said your first swatch had to be a big swatch. We're not using this for gauge. We're using this for practice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So when looking at the chain, we have the V's, and if you flip it over, you have the back bump. We're going to work into the back bump rather than the side of the stitch. This creates a really neat edge, and I'll show it to you after we make our first row. But to get started on the forward pass, we're going to work into the second chain from the hook. We always skip the first one, so we're going to insert our hook into the back bump. We're going to yarn over, pull up a loop, and just keep it on there. So it starts out much like a single crochet, but now we're going to work into the next chain. Again, go into the back bump, yarn over, pull up a loop. Now we have 3 loops, and we're going to do that until we get to the last chain. All right, you should have 6 loops on your hook, and we have 6 loops. So when you chain the number, you'll have the same number of loops. That's a way to help you make sure that you have not added or taken away if you're not increasing or decreasing. All right, so for the return pass, we're going to yarn over and pull through 1. Or you can think of it as making a chain 1. And now we're going to yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over, 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 pull through 2. And that's the return pass. So what that does is close the stitches because the loops are open when we make the forward pass and the return pass closes. And you have your first row of Tunisian simple stitch. This is very often the foundation in many other Tunisian patterns. You can now work into this to make different stitches, but like I said, we're just starting with the simple stitch. Now for row 2, this first loop here that was on the hook, it becomes the first stitch, the first Tunisian simple stitch. And that's true for every row. The loop on the hook counts as the first stitch. So we're going to work into the next vertical bar. Now, if you're right-handed like I am, you're going to insert your hook. As you can see, that you have the front and the back of that vertical bar. We're going under the front from right to left. If you're left-handed, you'll be working the opposite direction, going left to right. So we're going to yarn over and pull up a loop, just like we did on the first row. And now we're going to repeat that all the way across. Yarn over and pull up a loop in each vertical bar. And when you get to the end, we're going to make an end stitch. Now when you get to the end, you should see 2 loops. You have the front and the back. You want to insert your hook under both loops, yarn over, and pull up a loop. That makes an end stitch. It keeps a nice, neat edge. And as I was mentioning before, when we work into the back bump, we get this really cool edge where it looks like the chain stitches. So if you're making a project and you wanted to add an edging, it makes it super, super easy. All right, so now for the return pass again, we're going to yarn over and pull through 1 or chain 1, and then yarn over, pull through 2, and you just repeat that across. Now, if you're not moving as quickly as I am, that is fine. Make sure you pause the video and you finish that return pass, okay? And now we have 2 rows. So let's do a 3rd row together, and then I'll show you how to bind off. So we're just doing the simple stitch. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. And we just do that all the way across until we get to the end. And at the end, we make the end stitch. And again, it can help to turn your work towards you to make sure that your hook goes under both loops, just like so. Yarn over, pull up a loop, and now chain 1, and then repeat, yarn over, pull through 2 until you get to the end. Now, if you grabbed a hook that was not quite large enough for the yarn that you're using, you may notice that your fabric curls like a little taco, and that is totally normal with this stitch. Now, this one's not curling as much because of the size of the hook, but I'll have more tips in another video, so make sure you check the description below to watch that video. All right, now for the bind off, we're going to chain 1, and we're just going to make slip stitches. So insert your hook into the next vertical bar, yarn over, pull through the bar and the loop on the hook. And there you have it. That's just a slip stitch. And let's do that together again. Insert your hook into the vertical bar, yarn over, pull through the bar and the loop on the hook. And just repeat until you get to the last stitch. And at the end, you want to work under both loops of the end stitch just like before, and then complete your slip stitch. And there you have it, your first Tunisian simple stitch swatch. Isn't this so cute? Again, you could do more. You need to do at least 3 so you have something to look at, but you absolutely can do more than 6. But I hope you enjoyed this quick tutorial and that you will click the like and subscribe button for future tutorials and more crochet goodness. Keep stitching.